everyone, and welcome back to another brand new Motogp 24 video. Now today we have been asked a few times for some camera setting videos, so today we're finally getting around to it. So I'm going to run you through my camera settings, explain what I've done, why I've done them. Also just explain some of the settings in the game because maybe not everyone understands them. And there's a couple of things as well that I highly recommend using and not using. You'll see when I get into settings. So anyway, let's jump in. It won't be a long video today. Just going to break this down quickly and hopefully help a few people along the way. So first thing first, we need to find the customized camera. In any offline game mode, you'll have it in the pause menu. So we navigate to here. You will be greeted with 5 different camera options. So close third person, distant third person, first person, cockpit cam, and helmet cam. Now, helmet cam for me in the game, cockpit cam and first person, they're all terrible. If you prefer to play in first person, fair play, but it's just they're so unrealistic. The bike pivots off of you and not vice versa. It's just they're really not good. So I can't stand playing in these game modes as much as I love actually playing in VR on GP bikes and in first person on that game. I really enjoy playing on that one. I do the odd time, but in the milestone games they're just really not good. I believe like Ride 4, if my memory serves, had actually quite a decent one. They just never managed to get it into a GP game. I don't know what they did with that one, but unfortunately they've just never been good in the MotoGP games. Now you will see, I'm not going to look through these too much because really there's not much to them. Everything else I'll explain, the other ones will have the same effects in the cockpit cams and first person. So the one I use is the close third person. Now, if you want to use my settings, take a little second just to kind of not jot them down somewhere there or just copy them across. I'll explain in a minute why I have these settings on screen, but the ones I'm going to go straight down to here in a second is down here. So acceleration effect, when I accelerate out of the corner, the bike will go further into the distance away from my camera, and when you're hard on the brakes, the bike will come back to you. I don't like it personally because it's you're moving, the camera's moving. It's I'll explain in a second why I don't like it. I'm going to explain all what they do first. The dynamic cam will lean into the corners with you and kind of look through the corner as if you're the rider. Again, it's inconsistent. It's like an RNG into the corner. It just makes it very imprecise after maybe 20 minutes on the game. I believe actually, like literally after my first preview of this game, I immediately turned this off because I could feel something was off. The effect at high speed is just like a buffeting effect. So when you're going really fast, it just vibrates and make it hard to spot your brake markers. Again, I don't see any point in running it. Off track vibration, when you go off into the gravel on the grass, the camera will shake to kind of simulate that you're on a rough surface. You're already on the grass or on the gravel, it doesn't really make a difference. I turn it off because it just any external noise on screen I don't need. And the long lap penalty, so when you do take a long lap, the camera will pivot up. You can see there it says raising the camera angle during the long lap penalty. Now I actually particularly like this one because it just changes the angle just so you can see closer to where the lines are, just to keep yourself inside the penalty lap. So for me this is a good setting to keep on. I like it. Now try it with and with off. Again, you'll have to kind of get yourself a penalty and then keep rewinding maybe and changing it and seeing if you like it. It just gives you a better view of the actual white lines and how you can keep in them. Now, these ones here, we'll take out off-track vibration. That's not really that important. But the effect of high speed, dynamic cam, and acceleration effect, I think these make you slower. Your camera is basically constantly moving. It's constantly changing. You don't have a set camera. You don't have a consistent camera, as I like to call it. So immediately I would try turn these off. Now again, it'll make the game look a bit better. Maybe I think it looks a bit arcadey with the dynamic cam, the acceleration effect as well. It's just things always moving on screen. You just don't need it personally. I've seen other people who run them and it just looks weird to me. But again, if you do like them, fair enough. But for me, I found a lot of time, a lot of consistency. I could hit my marker, I could hit my apex a lot cleaner, especially with the dynamic cam. I can't stress how much this is a kind of a hindrance to a lot of people. If you have this on, I definitely would turn it off and see if you can improve. Because for me, it was just night and day. I could feel that I could put the bike where I wanted. Now, field of view just changes basically the zoom in and out in a way, really. So we can adjust the distance and height manually. So the distance, so he brings me closer to the back of the bike, and the height. Now, the height is a bit of a weird one. So you imagine height will go up and down. It doesn't really. It kind of pivots. It's quite annoying because you see, if we go down, we're kind of rotating to the back wheel. Whereas if we go up, we kind of rotate on the front wheel. So it's just a bit awkward. And if you are a long-term viewer, you will know that I have in previous years used distant third person. Now, I didn't play much of GP23, but it seems like they changed the camera in that game because it really just does not look right. I can't get the height right. It's just I need the bike more in the middle of the screen. You can see it's down the bottom third. It's just weird. I don't like it. So I've switched this year to going really far back and having a bit of a bit of a different camera angle with the closed third person. I never used like this because it was too close to the bike, so that's why we've the field of view maxed out, so I feel as far away as possible as well as the distance. So that's kind of explaining why we're so far back from the bike. Because I'm trying to make like a middle ground between the distance and the close cameras, because I do like being further back. You see more, you can kind of see further up the track and stuff like that. Because if you look at the look at the 150 meter board there and 100 more, I can just see I'm up higher in the air and stuff, and I can see more. But just the positioning of the bike on this year's game and last year's game as well just doesn't feel right to me, so I don't use them. So personally, the close third person but as far back as possible gives me the best of all worlds, really. So that's pretty much everything for today's video. Now, it's only a short little video again, but hopefully you have learned something in today's video. If you did, drop a like. If you have any questions about any of the settings I've gone over in today's video, please let me know in a comment down below, and I'll hopefully get back to you with a answer. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you have enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I shall catch you in a future Motogp 24 video in the not so distant future. Thank you all for watching. Slán go fóill.